ago, I treated my girlfriend to a vacation in Paris. We stayed at some hotel called the Hotel Atmosphere. My job allows me to work remotely from my laptop on my own hours. So at some points during our couple of days there, I would sit in the lounge of the hotel by the Wi-Fi area to get my work done. My phone started to ring. It was my girlfriend calling me, and as I picked up the phone, I went to the nearby room where the coffee was and poured myself a cup. My girlfriend was calling me from the room, talking about the things we should do that day. When I walked back to the lounge area where I left my laptop, I got a sickly feeling when I realized it wasn't there anymore. I went first to the lady at the front desk to ask her if she had seen anyone leave the lounge area with a laptop. She apologized and said she hadn't seen anyone. I asked her to check the cameras, to which she responded that they didn't have any cameras in the lounge area, and that also she wasn't in control of the footage that the cameras caught. She would have to get in contact with a manager who was not working that day. She offered that I submit a lost or stolen property to him. I was absolutely disgusted with the service and planned on having a word with the manager the next day. I had no choice but to go back to our room and angrily narrated the events to my girlfriend. She tried calming me down and saying there was nothing we could do about it, and that it was best that we just go out and enjoy the vacation that I was paying for. As angry as I was, I had to accept that she had a point. We both turned off notifications on our phones so we wouldn't be distracted, something we usually did on vacation. Then we went out and explored the great city, did a little bar hopping, then got back to a hotel late at night. It wasn't until we finally crashed into bed that I opened my phone to check for new emails and texts and all that, since I couldn't do that on my laptop now. When I was going through my email, I realized every single email I'd received that day was opened. This included emails from work and a couple of relatives. I started to panic because I knew how much delicate information I had. Not just my email account, but my whole computer, which was signed in when I left it. I basically had all my personal information saved on that computer, including home address, phone numbers, personal pictures, passwords, credit card info, bank account info. I was a fool for leaving it unattended for even a minute. I immediately changed all the passwords to my emails and other important accounts. That didn't matter for what was about to come through. After opening my messages app to check my text, since I hadn't done it all day, I noticed a text from an unknown number. It was a bunch of pictures that were saved on my computer. Bad, personal pictures that I wouldn't want anyone to ever see. Then there were pictures I didn't remember taking, pictures of the hotel hallway and a hotel door. It was our hotel door. There was also a picture of me standing at the front desk talking to the lady about my missing laptop. It was taken from behind the glass door at the entrance of the hotel. Under all the pictures was a text saying, "I have all of your info, including your address and your current hotel room." This was sent using an untraceable phone number. "Don't bother contacting the police." The rest of the message basically demanded that I pay a certain amount of Bitcoin to a specific Bitcoin wallet, or else. It literally said, "or else." I'm not even fabricating this. I didn't know what else to do besides show my girlfriend the messages, as well as all the embarrassing pictures. She started to panic more than me, and she honestly just made me even more tense. I left the room to go to the bathroom to think. He was asking for $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, but even if I paid that, I had no reassurance that this person wouldn't share those pictures, or keep my laptop, or God knows whatever else. I decided that I wouldn't pay the ransom. My girlfriend agreed with my decision, and then we went back to bed. Of course, I was not tired at all anymore, neither was my girlfriend. We sat up leaning on the headboard of the bed, talking, thinking, and worrying for a couple of hours. And then there was a knock at the window of our hotel room. We both gasped. Well, my girlfriend more so let out a short scream. I turned off the lamp so that whoever was out there couldn't see inside. I also shut the shades completely. I didn't bother trying to look out to see who was there. I assured my girlfriend that we were safe. She whispered that we should call the cops or inform the front desk. I told her we would if the problem persisted, and then I told her to go to sleep. Meanwhile, I stood in the middle of the room watching over her, while also looking back at the window. I got a text, and I looked at my phone. It said, "I'm looking into your room right now. I'm not playing games." Then there was another knock at the window. I decided to open the shade to see who was out there. I pulled the shade open. I couldn't see who it was, but there was someone standing on the other side of the class, looking in. My girlfriend screamed. I told her, shh, as I pulled it back shut. We packed our things and went to the front desk, telling the lady about the whole situation and requesting another room on an upper floor. She said she would alert the authorities and gave us a room card to another room on the 3rd floor. For the rest of the night, we slept close together. Well, I didn't sleep. I was awake all night waiting for a knock at the door. Morning came and the manager was in, so she took a look at the footage for the previous night. And of course, some guy with a hoodie, covering 90% of his face, went into the lounge as soon as I had left to get the coffee, and then walked out with my laptop. There was only one camera that actually caught the man in the act. She said she would forward all the video footage with that man over to the police. We were out of there. I blocked the number that was texting me. I had to accept defeat, but I didn't want to think about it anymore. There was nothing I could do about where those pictures would end up or some random person having my address. I canceled my credit cards and changed my passwords. There wasn't much else that I could do. However, what really motivated me to share this story with the internet was the fact that 3 days ago, I got a letter in the mail without a return address. It was addressed to me, and it was a short, straight to the point note saying, "I hope you haven't forgotten. I have all of your information still." It was a horrible reminder that someone out there with bad intentions has not only my address, but my pictures, my phone number, and my name. I've been sleeping with one eye open these last few nights. If anything happens, I will update.